And data center services have been largely outsourced over the last several years, but are we seeing a trend of insourcing of data center management? We're here with Dave Bracaglia. He's the Director of Government Services at Henkels McCoy Networks, and he'll tell us where that trend is taking us. And Dave, welcome.
Good morning, Abe. It's good to be here.
Oh, thanks for being here. Of course, when we're talking about whether you would insource your data center management or outsource that management, where is that trend right now?
The trend right now is towards outsourcing. There's a lot of benefits to outsourcing. The ability to maintain your own IT staff is getting more and more difficult as everything as a service becomes available on the cloud or in an outsourced environment. So what we see is enterprise IT professionals will concentrate on the business process of their company, leaving a lot of the deeper IT technology to the outsourcing company. There's still need for insourcing. Certain industries like financial industry, where there's a need for security, there's a need for protect data. There's still certain industries that will build and maintain and run their own data centers while still outsourcing parts, email and things like that to an outsourced center.
Dave, of course, as you know, there's a lot of choices out there as far as what kind of cloud you utilize, private cloud, public cloud, or a hybrid cloud.
Right.
As far as the enterprise goes, where are they leaning towards?
Most are leaning towards some kind of combination. The benefits of a public cloud are that it's readily available, you can pay as you go, you get up to speed quickly. A private cloud, again, lends itself to the industry standards or security that's needed. And then a hybrid cloud, which is where we think most people end up going, will be some combination of a private and a public cloud, where you take your most critical data crunching needs, your most secure things, and you put them in a private cloud, and your as critical, like I said before, email or photograph sharing, things like that. Those documents, some kind of public-facing web services, that can be in a public cloud. And the hybrid cloud would look similar to the inside user. So you take the best of what's out there, and whatever's the most cost-efficient for your business is the way you would go.
Dave, as far as data center services goes and the requirements for those data centers, what's the, I guess, the primary difference or differences between a hosting company and an enterprise company? Okay.
When we design and work with a hosting company, the critical things to them are speed to market, how fast do they get up and running, the scalability, how fast can they build it, how fast can they upgrade it, how fast can they add services to it, and then the density of it. They want to do a lot in a small amount of space. Enterprise companies tend to be a little more deliberate. While those things are important to them too, they want to make sure what they're designing and planning will work long term for what that company's or enterprise mission is.
Now, I want to ask you to finish off this short segment about the trends in virtual data centers and technologies like software-defined networking and network functions virtualization, not one or the other specifically. Where is this trend right now? Are we still in the maturation stage, and where are we on that trend?
It's still on the rise. Software-defined networks and virtual data centers are still being developed because there's still an explosion in need for bandwidth, for mobility, for video, that the software-defined data center is still growing. And as more and more companies and more availability, things like Cloud Orchestra or OpenStack, as those things become more and more available to people, more people learn about them, those things will happen more and more. People will go to the virtual data centers or the software-defined data centers as those services become more prevalent and more cost-effective for everyone. So from the mom-and-pop organization to the large enterprise, data crunching is going to become more critical to their business. And so that software-defined data center, software as a service, everything as a service, will become more and more virtual.
Dave, it seems like the discussions around data centers and data center networking and designs is bringing discussions around the enterprise front and center. So we appreciate you bringing, I guess, new trends and what we can expect going forward. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
It's good to be here.